What you doing?
Well, here we are.
This is the pan
This is
to
the
put the what
this
you
is
call
the
battery.
change of plan to the change of plan.
Yeah.
So, if you haven't figured it out by now, the way I work is I have an idea and I think about it for a long time, come up with different ideas, and pick the best one according to me. But good plans are not always best plans because once you take it out of your mind and implement it, sometimes it doesn't work. For example, I was gonna put the
Originally, we will put it here.
yeah, we're going to put the battery here, and it would have worked, except that I was going to have to either,
1 inch.
yeah, I was going to have to cut this out that way, or I was going to have to cut this beam, which meant take the cables and everything off for the door, so that we could take and have enough room to swing that battery in here. So we didn't do that. So Woon came up with the idea of putting it here because there was enough room here to swing it, and we did.
Yep.
Woon and I took some 4x4s and 3x4s and 2x4s and
Yeah. All kind of.
all kinds of stuff, and we slowly got this thing on its
Yeah.
feet.
It's about what? 300 pounds.
282 pounds.
Yeah.
And it would work right there. The thing I don't like is it's very close to the door. So what I'm going to do,
See.
yeah,
This is this much.
yeah, but then the door comes in and it's a little bit closer than that. So I mean, you anchor it down, it's not going to move, but I don't like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and unweld this thing from both sides. Take that battery this way, so it sits this way.
Look like the original pan that put
The
in
original
here.
plan, except on this side of this beam.
Yep.
And what that will do is it will give you more room between the front of this battery and the door. The other thing it will give you is right now, if I want to look at the status of this battery,
Yep.
I have to stick my head in here. But if we put it this way,
It's face out.
the little screen will be facing out that way and you could get to it fairly easy. Now,
Okay.
there will be enough room to put another battery here. You know? So we'll do that. We'll put another battery here. And I'm hoping that there's enough room to put the
Inverter.
the inverter between the two batteries. The problem is that we have these cables here. You have one cable that comes from that side of the door through here, connected to a spring, back out to the door, and that's the counterbalance for this door so it doesn't slam down on you. So because of that, and because it angles down, we are going to have a problem putting it underneath there, right? So we're going to have to move the battery a little bit this way, and this battery a little bit this way. Now I haven't figured it out, but if those cables were not there, then you would have, what is it, 36, 46, like 54. You would have like 54 inches this way between the two batteries and an inverter. Here you have 59 and 3/4 inch between that wall and this wall. So I'm hoping that that little space that's left is enough to compensate for that cable and this cable and allow all of them to fit. Now, if it doesn't fit, what I'm thinking is I'll take the inverter, move it a little bit further back, so it still sits in between, but not alongside of it. It'll be stuck in a little bit, and on the other side, you'll have a space coming in here and a space coming in here with the inverter in the middle, which is okay because I can build a drawer to slide out that way on both sides. Now, right now the plan is, in my mind, is a lot of people leave their luggage bays and they put you know, little plastic totes in there. They put everything in there, they stack up these containers, and that's how they do it. And that's fine. But when you want to get to the one in the back, you have to take out everything. So what I want to do is I want to put some slides.
Pull from outside.
You pull from out there and you get everything, and it'll be up this way. And what I'll do is I will make a little inventory of each one, label them 1, 2, 3, whatever, and then I will put it over there by the entrance. And if I'm looking for XYZ in container 5, I know where container 5 is, and I know how far to pull this thing, and I know if it's going to be on the top or the bottom or the middle or whatever, you know. So you don't have to unload all kinds of stuff. You just pull it out, put it in, and there you go. Now here, if you look at this battery, the connections are on top, and they're fairly close to where the floor is. But what I plan to do is actually make this up 3 inches, which is what the toe kick is on a cabinet. So that means that this will go up and this will be underneath. So this compartment right here will actually
Tall.
be up 3 inches, and the cabinets will sit on that platform that'll be here. And you know, if you ever need to access it, you have this compartment here where you can actually come in through your cabinet and get to it. And yeah.
Okay.
So that's the plan. Let's see what happens.
All right. Okay. Well, is it a problem?
Yeah, the glue that is on these beams is very hard to remove.
Super glue.
It's super glue. And what happens is, this is like a construction adhesive. But the problem is, a lot of people, they have problems getting it off. So they use this, they use that, they use some kind of citrus thing that melts it and all kinds of stuff. But if you use a cutting wheel, yeah, it's a little bit more work for the sake of you have to keep moving and stuff. It'll wipe that thing out like it wasn't there, you know. And at the same time, it cleans the rust and everything. Of course, if you run into a rusty area like this will go up in the air and you have a lot of dust. But let me tell you, this cutting wheel, oh, it is very good. I've been using it like that for a long time, and it works very well. Well, it works very well for me.
Yep.
I don't know about anybody else, but it works for me. The other thing is you have this rail, which is what holds your seats down. Some have two, some have one, and then you attach it to the wall. You know, just different combinations. Depends on the make and model of whatever it is you're doing. But anyway, you have these, and there's a little special bolt that's kind of has the head ground down. It falls in. Then you twist it, and it locks it into this track. Then you put your seats on there, and you put a nut up there, and it holds it. Well, I got the idea, and I hope it works. I'm going to take two of those, put them up there in the front where your seat's going to be, and weld them to the frame, and then do the floor around it so it's level like this. Then put the seat attached to these things just like, you know, the seats back here. And it'll be very safe because that whole rail will be welded to the frame.
Okay.
And then of course you'll have some grade 8 bolts holding the seat down. And anytime you want to take it off, it's no big deal. You don't have to go under the bus and crawl everywhere. You just take the nut right here and boom, there it is. Now, along with that, in the entrance you have stairs coming up. So I was thinking, if I take two of those rails, and I'm going to have to see whether I put them inside the seat track here or outside of the seat track. More than likely it'll be inside because of what I'm wanting to do. So what I was thinking is you put a little slide using these rails, and you bring it out so it covers the hole where the stairs are, and you can get off your seat and step on that thing and you won't fall into the thing there. But I'm going to have to wait till I actually do it and see if it works or not or whatever, you know.
Okay, we let you know.
Yeah, we'll let you know as we do it. We'll update you.
Okay.
All right, let me finish this thing here.
Okay.
Okay, good morning, guys. So this is what I've decided to do. These little brackets used to go all the way across here. I cut it out, opened it up, and I turned the battery sideways. What I'm doing right now is I'm going to cut a 3/4 inch piece of plywood that will go along here. And I'm going to have to make some little cutouts for that. Well, I don't know if you can see it. That little cable that's there. It's on both sides. I'm going to have to make a little cutout so it fits in there. It goes around it. And that door can still function. And I'm going to let it come out past this by 3 inches. So I can make an enclosure to separate the luggage, well, battery compartment, I guess you could say, power electrical compartment from the living area. So, yeah. So I will make a 3-inch rise here, and I will make a frame that will go around this thing and isolate this, and then what I could do is cut a couple of little panels, little doors up on top, because this will be, there'll be a cabinet here later. So what I can do is make an access panel here and one over there so that I can get to the top of these batteries, because the inverter, the access is through the bottom. Now, this battery, if you look, well, I don't know if you can tell, but if you look back there, that is what you secure to the plywood, and then you secure this to the battery so that it holds it in there firmly. So what I'm thinking is, I hope, and I'm kind of doubtful, but I'm hoping that here there's enough room between this battery, the inverter, and the next battery. But the way it looks is, it's going to be awfully tight. So what I might have to do is I might have to put one battery here, and of course I only have one battery, but at a later time I'm looking forward and planning, because I want another battery to double the capacity of the storage, electrical storage. So what I'm thinking is, maybe what I can do is I can actually take that inverter and perhaps cut an opening right here and put the inverter behind this thing, so it kind of in the middle but further behind, so that part of the inverter is behind this battery and part of the inverter is behind the battery that will go on this side. And you know, you still have access to the inverter. And yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna have to just look at it and see what I do, because I'm gonna have to find a place for the electrical box. And what I might have to do with that is I might have to bring it up here somewhere and find a place for it. You know, for right now it's no big deal. Right now I can just take it and lay it right there on the floor. Well, hook it up to the wall, I guess, because there's only one battery. But at a later time I'm going to have to find a permanent place, and what I might have to do is take that box and bring it up here and put it under one of the cabinets. I don't know. I'm just going to have to figure it out as I go. Time will tell. Right now what I'm planning on doing is just setting this thing up so I can have some power. The plan right now is to put that battery there, the inverter right here, take 5 panels and put them up on the roof and hook them up to a piece of 2x4 for now, because the brackets are not up there, nothing's up there. But it will have access to the sun and keep this battery charged. And yeah, gonna have to fake it and see what we do. And right now my plan is right here you have the hole for one of the marker lights. I think I'll just bring in the solar panel wire through here and hook it up down to the inverter here. Yeah, and then I will, this hole here that I had cut, I'm going to weld that panel, that metal, back in there, but I'm going to do it through the top here because the plywood will be there, and you know, yeah. All right, I'll show you when I do it. Good morning, Woon.
Morning.
All right, so
There we are.
we have, it's not completely installed, but we have done a lot. Let me tell you, it was a big time effort here. This board back here, because we couldn't get this board in there, the battery is in the way, this, that. So behind the battery, we split it. And then we put this 1/2-inch plywood down here at the bottom, and we brought it along these things here but because of the angle, of this thing here, we had to cut a piece in there because it wouldn't go underneath here. It was too thick. So yeah, so anyway, we got it all in there, and we've got this marked. And tomorrow, because we're only working half a day today, and it's time to go. We have to go buy some food because there's nothing in the house, and we're hungry, so we need to go shopping. Hold on, let me go inside. Yeah, so every day we don't get out of here till 7 or something, 8 o'clock, and we still have to go cook dinner and all that stuff, so we just haven't gone shopping. So we're gonna do it right now. Yeah, so there it is. Now, as you can see, there's a 2x4. I guess it's a 5x5 or something, 5x6 or something. And those pieces of wood there, we attach it to that handle, and we were able to lift this thing up enough to get that 1/2-inch plywood in there. Yeah, so anyway, we have this this mounting bracket outlined. So what we will do is we'll take this battery here and move it all the way up to this side to take that to take that bracket off of there and attach it to this 3/4 inch plywood here. And yeah, but behind and in between the 3/4 inch and the battery, I'm going to put a piece of metal that actually came off from underneath here that was covering it was covering this, the middle area, and the one on the other side. So it's a pretty good sized piece. So it looks kind of like that gray right there. So we're gonna put that in there, and you know, get it all that, put that mounting bracket on there and attach the battery to it. And I am going to leave those handles on there. If we ever need to move the batteries and stuff, these handles here come in very handy. Yeah, and for now, we're gonna mount the inverter to this board here, and the electrical panel also to here. So we're gonna do that all right there, and because it's gonna be a while before we even put it in the budget to be able to get another battery. So right now, I looked at the specs. It's 14,336 kilowatts. That's what this battery is. So with that, that ought to be enough to, you know, do everything that that we're doing here with the compressor and the charging the batteries, and you know, all that stuff. Now over at Harbor Freight, they have these LED lights that you can link together, and you could put 8 of them together. So here we only need 3. So I think what we'll do is we'll bring in those 3 and attach it to this thing, and when we work in here, even during the day, because we've blocked out 6 windows, you have plenty of light. So yeah, so right now we're gonna close everything up and go do some grocery shopping. Yeah, but there it is, it's almost there. So the plan is, when we get ready to move this stuff from here, what I will do is I will take this 2x4 and these things, pick it up and walk it up over towards this side here, so that I can have enough room behind it to remove that mounting bracket and attach it on there. Now, since this board here, you can see you can see right there. I cut it by putting that mount, that battery mount attached to that. It has 9 volts, I think it is. It's either 6 or 9. By attaching that mount to this, it will hold these two pieces together, and then of course I am going to put some screws into this rail that goes right here, and then I'm going to put some down there at the bottom. I'm going to put an L bracket going across that will support all that together. Now the other thing I was thinking, I think it would work. I think it'd be okay. We have the 3/4 inch going all the way down to the ground, to the floor. We have a 1/2 inch in front of it, and I'm going to put a 1/2 inch behind it. So I think if I put a 1/2 inch, and then of course that gets secured to the floor, I think that'll be enough so that this doesn't move and I won't have to use that L. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That sounds real good. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and go. We'll close this thing up, and tomorrow's another day. Alright, see you. Okay guys, so finally, after a lot of struggle, because we only had 2 monkeys, no gorillas, and that battery is 282 pounds, and we just barely slide it along, but we can't lift it. But we finally got the mount secured to that board there. We got the inverter. So we got the inverter. We have no wiring yet, but tomorrow's another day. Anyway, that's all secured. The legs are adjusted. Everything is in. And yeah, so all we need to do now is the wiring. And as you can see, here's our Gorilla bar. We use that to lift the battery up and down, and we will take it inside and put some blocks down, and yeah, but we got it done. And what we're going to do is here, we're going to put the electrical box. I think we'll put it right here in this wall. Or if it fits, we'll put it in there. It's okay. But we're going to put the electrical box on there. And what we will do is we will connect we'll connect a wire to an extension cord so that we can feed 110 to inside the bus for charging batteries, drills, whatever we need to run, the compressor, and we'll run it on a electric wire. At a later time, we'll see about all that other stuff for running plugs to the inside and all that, but we will have to be building the inside before that comes. Right now, all we want to do is get this in use and start using this instead of the generator. Yeah. And what we decided to do is we're going to take some 2x4s and 5 solar panels, and we're going to put them up here on top. We'll put the 2x4s, attach the solar panels to this. We'll run the solar panels this way. So there'll be a 2x4 here and a 2x4 on the other side. We'll attach it, and what I'm thinking is so that the wind doesn't pick them up and throw them around, we will just when we're not here, we'll take a ratchet strap and tie them down. Run it through the 2x4 there, and yeah, we'll leave enough space in between one of the sets there so that we could run that ratchet and bring it down, or that strap and ratchet it down. Yeah, and then what we'll do is every morning we'll take the bus, move it out a little bit so that they catch the sun, and they can be on the sun all day long. And then what we'll do, if you see that little opening there, that's the one of the side markers. We're going to run the solar panel cable through there and back down through here, because right on top of here it's open. There's this is open, so we'll just run it through here, bring it in, connect it to the inverters, and we'll put the wire feeding the box from there over to here, and then the extension will go from that box up inside, or we'll drag it outside or whatever, or connect two extensions, one for the outside, one for the inside. But either way, I think that's what we're going to do. All right, so tomorrow's another day. I've got to find the manual for this thing so we can connect it and go from there. Oh no, I can't connect it. With as expensive as this thing was, you'd figure they'd give you some little lug nuts. Nope, no lug nuts. So what was I thinking? I guess I'm the one that's nuts. So yeah, anyway, so I have to order some of those, and yeah, we go from there. And I don't think I'm gonna have to buy any shutoffs, because this thing here has a shutoff here, and this thing has a shutoff also, and they've got circuit breakers here and circuit breakers here. Yeah, see, you have a battery breaker here, and then you have the breakers for the load. Yeah, so I think we're set. I don't think we need to do anything special or anything. At a later time, when we get a little more complicated system and we mount the things up there permanently and all that, we'll see what we can do. All right, guys. Tomorrow's another day. Thanks for watching.
ขอบคุณเจ้า
See you next time.
แล้วปะกันแฮมไมนะเจ้า
See you.
บ๊ายบาย